Your morning blitz begins now.
We've got a serious issue here. We're out of Kleenex in the studio.
Uh-oh.
Do you know where the stash is?
Yeah.
Oh, Thick's leaving.
Oh, there goes Thick.
He's going to...
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. I think he's going to find me another box of Kleenex.
This must be an emergency because he fled out of here like a bat out of hell.
Let me tell you, it is a little bit of an emergency because I got here and I could feel the sniffles as usually happens at, 4:45. Thank you, sir. Like 4:45-ish, 5 o'clock. And so instantly I had to get up and already blow my nose. And then like 5:15, sniffles return, and I'm like, I got to blow my nose.
Kelly, it was quite a sight.
And then at 5:30, sniffles return. I'm like, all right, I know we've got the emergency kit in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's a big emergency kit. It actually has allergy medicine in it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to go pop an allergy pill real quick. Come back in here. I sit down. The second I sit down, I sneeze.
Yeah.
And I sneeze again. And if I get 3 sneezes, kind of a big deal. On the 6th sneeze, I'm out here throwing out 4-letter words. Like, what is going on?
I thought I was going to have to call 911. It was unbelievable.
And then on the 7th sneeze, by the 6th sneeze, I'm already kind of like things are building, because that's what happens when you sneeze. Things are on the 7th sneeze. Everything came out. I thought Spider-Man attacked my arm. It just went all over my arm. And I was like, good God, man.
It was quite a sight, Kelly.
I had to get the roll of toilet paper to get everything off.
Also, hot tip, the allergy medicine back in that kit is for suckers. It's the over-the-counter crap. It doesn't work, especially on something like what you're dealing with.
It has worked. The past few times I've taken it.
Boo.
It takes till about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, why don't you get the good stuff that you have to give your driver's license for?
Because, Kelly, I have gone to the store 6 times, and every time I leave, I go, GD, I forgot to grab the allergy medicine again. That's why, Kelly. So mad. You're right. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, Kelly says go to the pharmacy. Ask for the Zyrtec D behind the counter.
Get Zyrtec D.
Zyrtec D.
And, you can get the generic. It's exactly the same, and it'll cost you about $5. So you pay about $19, $20 for a box.
Today. I'm going today. I'm going to get the medicine today.
I've got a pill in my purse, although your body's riddled with that crap that you got out of the kit.
True.
So I don't think you should take what I've got.
No, I don't want double allergy medicine. How are you, Kelly?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Awesome. Good to hear. Fake, how is your greenhouse project?
Well, I got a good dent in it. I got the base together and I got one wall done.
How big is this thing? It's been like the 3rd day you've worked on this.
No, this is the first day I actually started on it.
How does Heather feel about you turning your house into a drug den? Is she good about
that?
Oh, my God! I'm just asking.
It's a greenhouse. It's outside.
Okay, turning your backyard into a drug den.
It's 6 by 8 feet. It's not.
I'm just asking a question here.
She was helping
question.
When she got off work, she was helping me build it.
Oh, so she's good with it.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Jeez.
You guys are the most...
Esco going to the bar over here.
Yeah.
A drug den.
Hey.
But we got some hellacious wind coming today. And I've only got one wall up, and I'm like, this could be an issue.
I'll blow it over.
Is it going to be like a trampoline in someone's backyard? It goes flying into the neighbor's house?
It just completely takes off.
So I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to have time to work on it because we're supposed to get some crazy storms this afternoon.
You better stake it down or something.
I got to do something because it's not ready to be,
used or anything.
No, I don't. It's not done. It's just one wall, which is not good for the wind.
Good luck.
But it's pretty cool. So. But yeah, I'd say I'm a third of the way done. And most of what I read said it takes 6 to 8 hours to put together. And I put about 2.5 in yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got a very busy Tuesday. We've got your Sheng Wang tickets coming up here in about an hour, about the hour and 10 minutes or so. Very funny comedian coming to town. Get you hooked up with that. Right now, however, let's get to Blitz Morning Trivia. What you got, Vic?
Trying to get somebody $25 to water beds and stuff. Be the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. We've got drama. Travis Kelce has unfollowed who? Travis Kelce has unfollowed what celebrity? I can't believe this is huge news all over the internet. But, tell us who Travis Kelce has unfollowed. 99-700. Be first. Win the gift card.
Let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, we asked Travis Kelce has unfollowed what celebrity, and the answer is Ryan Reynolds. Did you see this, Kelly?
I did.
The whole it's this whole Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni, all that drama, and sources say that's why he unfollowed Ryan. He just wants to distance himself, doesn't want to be dragged into that whole mess. And Ryan is still following Travis. Blake is still following Taylor, but Blake is no longer following Travis, and Taylor Swift doesn't follow anyone. I know, it's ridiculous.
Meanwhile, Rob McElhenney, who owns Wrexham
Football Club, yeah,
with Ryan Reynolds, posted a picture of the two of them together. I guess, did they win something or whatever? I don't know.
They advanced. The way soccer works over there, they advance up into the higher leagues for the third time in 3 years.
Okay,
they've advanced
so he
up to a higher level.
Pictures. The first picture was he and Ryan Reynolds together, and the bunch of comments were like, "You need to distance yourself from Ryan Reynolds."
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
According to your Facebook page, we aren't friends.
We're only, business partners. I'm just going to walk away from my multi-million-dollar team.
Exactly.
Which they have built from the ground up, basically.
That's absurd. Yeah, I know, right?
What is distant? Okay, you don't like him or she was a bitch, whatever. Who cares? Move on. Go to your next project. Make your next millions of dollars. Nobody cares.
I know, to have the problems of people,
He said bad things about me on the internet.
The expectations of the public are hilarious. It's, I guess maybe I'll just sell my portion of this team because you people don't like that I posted a picture with him.
Right.
Like, what?
Shut up.
I know. It's just not that important.
No, it's really not.
Colt McLaughlin from Orient was first one to text in the correct answer, so Colt's got $25 to water beds and stuff.
Absolutely gorgeous day yesterday. I mean, couldn't have been more perfect yesterday. Sunny and 80, just a slight breeze in the air. We've got temperatures that are going to get back up to 80 by the end of the week as we creep into, May, warmer weather, summertime, more sun, and Florida Atlantic University and the scientists there have finally broken the code. They are here to help. So I want to pass on this extremely important PSA as we roll into the summer months, because we all know that you don't want to deal with melanoma. You got to protect yourself from the UVH. So what it is?
UV rays.
UV rays.
Yeah.
The scientists at Florida Atlantic University have conducted a study and found out, make sure if you are going to be out drinking, doing a little boating, a little day partying, golfing, fishing. Make sure you put on your sunblock before you start drinking, because you are more likely to forget to put on sunblock if you've been drinking.
Oh, how many times?
Thank you, Florida Atlantic University, for doing the Lord's work and finding out that we should most likely probably put on sunblock before we've been drinking.
They got a grant for that study, I'm sure.
I'm sure they did. Absolutely. They talked to a bunch of people who'd recently been burned, and around 2 in 5 said alcohol was a factor when they got burned. Why? Well, because you're less likely to apply sunscreen once you get a little tipsy, and you're more likely to misjudge how long you've been in the sun and even potentially pass out in the sun. So make sure you get that sunblock on before you start drinking.
That happened to me in Aruba, man. Ask Kelly. When I came back from Aruba, I was molting. I mean, after walking away from a spot, you could see my skin on the floor.
Oh.
I mean, it was just falling off everywhere.
I'm glad I wasn't here, because I'd have been like, let me pick it.
Okay.
Let me peel.
Ew.
I'm a peeler. You're not a peeler?
I mean, maybe on myself. I'm not going to peel somebody else.
Oh, find me a stranger. I'm up there.
Are you a fan of like the Dr. Pimple Popper and that stuff too?
For the most part.
Yeah.
Some of it's pretty extreme, and I'm like, There's a couple I got to turn away from. Where you can feel that extra saliva in your throat where you're just like, oh. But yeah, you give me a good peel, a good sunburn peel. I'll sit there with 2 fingers and make sure I get the biggest piece possible. Got to make sure you don't rip it. You can't go too fast.
Oh,
it's like,
dude.
It's like,
you would do Thick's back? You would peel his back?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He needs to, you know what he needs to do? He would have a blast with what is it called? Baby feet? Just the stuff you put on your feet. You want to get the dead skin.
I've done that.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, or the paraffin peel or whatever, where you soak your foot in it. And like the next day, you just get these massive.
Oh, you put this stuff on your feet, and it's like 2 or 3 days go by, and then it's just it all comes off.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a blast. Oh, I love it.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, give me some skin to peel. It's like the what's that Greek bread that comes off in layers? You just one layer at a time.
Oh, philo bread.
Philo bread. Yeah, it's so nice and
Everybody's got their fetishes. You know.
99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's get to your not so breaking news, and I will in just a second because my computer decided to just reset while I was.
What do you think? You're in Spain? Did you see that gigantic power outage they had in Spain and Portugal?
I actually have a friend over there. Well, a friend of a friend who's over there who was part of it. It was like 7 countries.
It's still going on. Like, they don't have all the power back.
Oh, okay, because the place where they were has the power back. So at least there's that, thankfully. All right, sorry, my computer did reset. Okay, here we go. I think. Maybe. This is awful. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Let's go. Let's go with this story first. In fact, I've got some specialty music just for this story. Because I don't know if I've ever heard of this. It is a WTF. What the Florida? Down in Marion County, Delvin Thornton, a 32-year-old man. Now, here's the thing. Thankfully, the woman's going to be okay. But Delvin Thornton is accused of a hit and run on a 66-year-old woman and then fleeing the scene. The interesting thing about this story is it all takes place in a go-kart.
What?
Thornton was located by Marion County Sheriff's Office Intelligence Unit at the Red Roof Inn on West Highway 40. Of course he was staying at a Red Roof Inn. His story is that he had gotten into an argument with this woman and then went and got his go-kart, drove over to her, and ended up hitting her in the legs, and the woman kind of collapsed and had, like, her feet rolled over.
Okay.
It's a go-kart.
Yeah.
I mean, there are no pictures of the go-kart. Don't get me wrong. Some go-karts are, quite massive. But really, all I can think about is a Mario little go-kart right now.
I was going to ask, was the guy dressed in a Bowser outfit?
Right. Possibly even like a Power Wheels sort of situation where it's just like, right. And a hit and run. How fast could he have been going that he got away? Just out of curiosity.
Souped up cart, man.
Per the arrest reports, Thornton was charged with 4 counts, aggravated battery on a person 65 years or older, possession of controlled substance without a prescription, possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis, and drug equipment possession as well. Yeah, you can't do any of that, especially if you're going to commit a hit and run. That's just frowned upon for sure. Second story takes us to Colorado, where a man by the name of Lucas Brown, who worked in the kitchen of a jail, was then missing one night. They went to collect him. He took out the trash. They were waiting for him to come back in, but he just ran off.
Uh-oh.
He was gone. My man broke out of jail. Here's the problem. He was only on the loose for 35 minutes before they caught up with him. And what's even stupider is the fact that he was supposed to be released from jail in 2 days.
Oh, my gosh.
What are you doing, my man?
Why? I don't...
And here's another twist. He was actually previously caught escaping back in 2017. So, I don't know if they should give him, like, the outdoor jobs. You gotta keep that man on the inside, otherwise he's gonna make a break for it. He was serving a 90-day sentence He was set to be released in 2 days, and then he breaks out.
Just put your head down and serve your time.
Right.
My gosh.
There's no word on how much extra time will be tacked on due to the attempted escape. Is there like a minute? Is that like an extra year? Like, what do you get for an attempted escape? I would love to know. Was it worth it?
Well, no, it can't be. You're getting out in 2 days.
I'm sure it's not 2 days extra.
Hear me out here. Maybe he doesn't want to get out. Maybe this is like a comfortable situation. He knows how to operate within the jail system.
Break out. I'm gone for 35 minutes. You're going to tack on more time. I get to stay inside.
That's exactly what he's looking for.
You might be right there. Look at you using that noggin there, Kelly.
You what?
That's what you want.
Every so often. Every so often. It shines.
Comes from watching the Karen Reed trial.
Okay.
I really know what I'm talking about here when it comes to crime.
Right. Is there a Karen Reed update today?
There is.
Of course there is. Right.
7 a.m., baby.
That is your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. Hey, I want to throw these two things out there real quick because I'm so excited about this. This is exciting news for Seabus. There is a new sports bar coming. In fact, it is right down the street here on Dublin. It is going to be called Draft Day. It is going to be a new 10,000 square foot sports bar opening next month. So if you're looking for a new place to hang out this summer, or maybe prepping for football season, this will be a really cool place. 10,000 square feet. It's going to be like your favorite sports bar, just kind of on a larger scale.
Yeah.
All the stuffs, the games and the pool and the Golden Tee, 40 TVs, all the sporting events, that kind of stuff.
And smoked meats.
And smoked meats. Yeah, because it's at the old Smokehouse Brewing.
Yeah.
That's the location. And they are keeping the smoking equipment. So they're still going to have some of that food. So
sounds good to me.
Very excited for that. And even more exciting, as a movie fan,
they need to do something to the theater to make it a better experience.
Man, let me tell you, the Marcus Crosswood Cinema is opening the first ever Screen X. Now, we know about the movies. And then about IMAX and IMAX, of course. But this is Screen X. This is basically, imagine the movie screen in front of you, right? But then connected to that on the left and right are two other movie screens.
Panoramic?
So it's like panoramic. It's almost like going to the planetarium, but instead of leaning back, you're just looking forward. So it's got like this full, almost surround view.
I see a lot of gamers play on those screens.
Yeah, they'll have triple screens and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
They've just made the front row worse. You
don't want to know. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go to the front row. Absolutely not.
Well, I don't know. Then you kind of feel like you're in the movie.
It could be that. You're just missing what's going on. Depends on how great your peripherals are.
Right.
But it's opening this weekend. Literally this morning, I already bought my tickets for Thunderbolts for the Marvel movie.
You're going to go?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
100%. As a movie fan, I always try and find the biggest screen possible. So I'm super, super excited for this.
So I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, if you're a movie fan as well, make sure you check out Screen X. All right, I found this website I want to share with you because I think we've all been in this situation before where maybe you're out having a good time, it's a birthday party, it's a wedding, you're celebrating something, you have a couple cocktails, you wake up, you check your phone the next morning, and you either sent or received a text that you're very confused by. And there is actually a website dedicated to this called Text from Last Night, where people go on and they'll comment on the strange text that they either sent or received.
Oh, okay.
So I want to share some of these with you off the website Text from Last Night. I was just told by a cop that my party was the most epic party they ever broke up. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
I would definitely be sending that text out bragging to someone about that. Just woke up wearing a top hat and Simpsons boxers. I also found more money in my wallet than I had before going out. I'm talking about $1,000 more.
Whoa.
What did you do, person?
It was a hell of a game of Monopoly.
What did you do?
I need surveillance of that situation.
Yeah, there is no way you're passing out in a top hat and Simpsons boxers and an extra $1,000 in your pocket without some debauchery going down, for sure. Let's see. This one said, I sent this text out. Grinding on my 9th grade teacher. Dreams really do come true. Now, I can only assume this is an adult who has now gone to, like, a club or a bar and the 9th grade teacher happens to be there. I'm assuming it's not a child sending that text message.
And they danced.
That's still weird, though. It really is still.
You think so?
As an adult.
You think
grinding
so?
on your 9th grade teacher? Yes, it's weird.
If you're like 22, 23, you're out with friends, you're at the bar. Oh my God, this is my 9th grade teacher. Shot at 2 tequila later. You're not out there dancing with your 9th grade teacher?
Teacher looks great.
Grinding.
Yeah.
Going ahead and having a good time and jumping around, maybe.
When I was
but
a
nothing
senior,
sexy.
When I was a senior in high school, we had my creative writing teacher, first year teaching, 24-year-old blonde, just 100% if I turned 21 and I was out and about.
Don't you think you should have to be 50 years old to teach at a high school? Like minimum age 50?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Oh, 100% I would have ended up on the news or in the story for the teacher-student relationship, without a doubt.
Oh, my God.
At 18? Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Someone texted out, I locked my keys in my car in front of Planned Parenthood. I'm terrified to go inside and ask them to borrow a clothes hanger to open my door.
No.
You can't do that. Last night, my friend changed all my contacts in my phone. I've been texted by Batman, Donatello, Harry Potter, and I have no idea who they are.
That's funny.
Genius. That is genius. Someone texts this out. Maybe we should try and tone it down a notch. This person obviously sent a text to their significant other. Maybe we should tone it down a notch. The neighbors just changed the name of their Wi-Fi network to I Can Hear You Having Sex.
Oh.
Wow.
That's one way to communicate.
That is a way to get a message across.
Oh, my gosh. Now I'm sitting here thinking, how many ways can I tell my neighbors stuff?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
This is a whole... This
Yep.
is great. I love this.
Someone received this text out of nowhere. I find it simply astounding that you spelled drunken wrong, but pterodactyl right. That's a special skill. And then finally, this is absolutely a text that I could see being sent out or received and forgetting about because you had one hell of a night. I just had sex in the back of an ambulance. Call me.
What?
Someone sent out a text. If I get that text, I would absolutely. If I just had sex in the back of an ambulance, my best friends are knowing about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, call me? Yeah. I got to tell you the story.
I've got a
you
story.
You got to call me. For sure.
That's awesome.
Text from last night, 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
A FedEx truck slammed into the side of a house in Westerville on Godisha Street, which is off Ulrey near Central College. I just showed you guys the picture. This FedEx truck is buried into the side of this house.
Yeah, it's about halfway in.
It's nuts.
I love that you said no skid marks. Like, the grass is perfect.
Yeah.
They did not try and stop.
I mean, it had to be like a medical event, don't you think?
Yeah, probably. You might be right.
So they ended up taking the truck driver to the hospital. I don't know what was going on there, although if you go to the Columbus subreddit, there's an entire discussion on this, including from the guy whose home it was. So it's sort of interesting reading if you're into that. So I'm not going to repeat it as gospel, but it's interesting reading. But the entire front end of the FedEx truck was buried inside the home. No injuries reported inside. Again, the driver was taken to the hospital and police are investigating.
Could you imagine if you're at work and, like, you have your notifications set for Columbus Reddit just to see what's going on. All of a sudden it pops up. You're like,
that's my house.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Well, the Supreme Court has declined to stop Karen Reed's second trial. The court rejected her double jeopardy appeal yesterday, meaning her retrial.
Wait. Hold on 1 second here.
What?
It's time for your Karen Reed update with Kelly Quinn.
Was it worth all that?
Yes.
What?
Oh, you hate her voice, don't you?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, hey,
what's the other one?
Let's try this one. Is this better?
It's time for your Karen Reed update with Kelly Quinn. Oh.
What?
See, was that worth it?
Why you didn't start with that one, I don't know. That was awesome.
It's time for your Karen Reed update with Kelly Quinn.
That's too serious. I do like the second one.
It's time for your Karen Reed update with Kelly Quinn.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm going to still go with the second one.
Second one?
Yeah.
I like the second one, too.
It's
All right.
time for your Karen Reed. All right.
We just know they're coming, so we were
They
ready
are
for
coming.
it.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to do them sparingly because I know that nobody cares in this room except me. But I do know that some of our listeners care because I do get repeated texts about it.
If you care, we care, Kelly.
Okay.
I love how excited you get about it.
All right. Well, yeah, it's an interesting case. Anyway, the Supreme Court has decided not to stop Karen Reed's second trial. The court rejected her double jeopardy appeal yesterday, meaning her retrial, now in its second week, will continue. Her trial last year on charges of second-degree murder, leaving the scene of the crash, and manslaughter involving the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend ended in mistrial. And her lawyers were arguing to the Supreme Court that jurors had unanimously agreed that she was not guilty on those first two charges. But they never informed the judge that they were only deadlocked on the manslaughter charge. So they said they have proof of that, and that should be enough to stop the second trial. The Supreme Court did not agree. It says, nope, the trial will continue. Now, yesterday's court date, they heard from one witness. It was a half day of testimony, all about cell phone data. The other half was without the jury, the judge allowing questioning of potential witnesses for the defense from crash reconstruction firm ARCA. At the first trial, ARCA experts testified that the injuries to the police officer were not consistent with a car accident. Well, of course, the prosecution does not want those people on the stand again this time around.
Right.
So they're challenging it. All right, a college student had to be rescued from Japan's Mount Fuji last week. Not once, but twice.
The same college student?
The same guy. He's a 27-year-old man, a Chinese national living in Japan. He reached the summit of Mount Fuji last Tuesday, but ended up experiencing altitude sickness, and he lost his crampon, so he could not get down. He couldn't descend and required a helicopter rescue. So that's a huge deal. He left his belongings behind because he was absolutely, completely sick. His phone was one of the things that was still on top of the mountain. On Saturday, he's like, you know what?
He went back.
I'm going up to get my phone.
Wow.
So at about 10,000 feet, he got altitude sickness again and required another rescue. I mean, and it's not even like the official climbing season there. That doesn't open till July. And so they're always like, please don't climb this mountain. Like, we don't have anyone to help you. So anyway, he did it anyway, twice. And I don't know how much you have to pay for a rescue, but you should have to pay something, at least for the second one. And
yeah, absolutely. For sure,
right?
You should be charged for that.
Yep. All right, that's it. Those are your three things.
In the criminal justice system, there are two separate but equally important types of people. The really stupid who commit some of the crimes, and the absolute idiots who you can't believe won the race out of their daddy's nutsacks. These are their stories. First one, coming out of Florida. You've got 44-year-old Alex Bargaza, who was apparently trying to break into a house with a large wooden branch when St. Johns County deputies responded to the burglary in progress and found Alex outside naked trying to break into the home. He was promptly arrested, and once taken into custody, investigators found that Alejandro Bargaza actually lived nearby to the house he was breaking into. So they went to his home, where they found evidence of a large marijuana grow. Not only that, they found 3 guns, $85,000 in cash, 22 pounds of mushrooms, 12 marijuana plants, 3 pounds of marijuana, more than 5 pounds of marijuana edibles, and 17 grams of ketamine.
Did they find a half-built marijuana shack for the backyard?
They did not.
Okay.
I thought they
checking.
might.
Just checking.
Greenhouse, not a shack.
I'm sorry, greenhouse.
They also found drug paraphernalia consistent with cultivation and sales as well.
Okay.
If you've got all that illegal stuff in your home, you probably shouldn't leave your house naked to then go try to break into someone else's home.
There is a point at which people are like high enough or drunk enough where they do feel like the clothes are a real burden.
Yeah, that
Have
is
you
true.
noticed that?
That is true.
Because there are a lot of naked criminals out there.
Yeah, sometimes you feel constrained by the threads, and you're like, I got to get out.
First things first, man. Got to get out of these clothes.
Got to get out of these clothes. That's right. Your second story comes out of... Okay. A little warning next time.
Scoots about crapped his pants on that one. He jumped backwards a foot.
That's exactly what it sounds like, too. Bum, bum. Uh-oh. Second story coming out of St. Louis where, hey, man, this guy may be an idiot, but he's got to have the biggest cojones I have ever heard about in my entire life. According to the documents, 25-year-old Alexander Johnston from St. Louis rolled up to police headquarters at Olive Boulevard, where he then rolled under the gate of the parking garage. He was then seen on video pulling on the handles of the cars parked inside. And that is where he found an open car and stole the police vest, the bulletproof police vest, before then moving over to the SWAT bunker, where he then loaded up 2 duffel bags with a Remington shotgun, a starter pistol, ammunition, plus items described in the documents as a grenade launcher, and then walked out. He loaded up 2 duffel bags worth of munitions and then walked out.
He doesn't seem like the dumb one here. How is that allowed to happen? I mean,
how is that open?
How is that you can roll under the gates? That's big enough for a man to get under. I feel like you've got a security issue.
I don't know. Now, the good news is the grenade launcher wasn't really a grenade launcher. It's what it's called, a 40-millimeter multi-launcher for the less lethal, like bean bags and ball pellets that they use for like crowd control and non-lethal type things.
Can you fire like M80s out of that thing? Like, in terms of fireworks?
I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think so. I mean, you could create your own fireworks with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
But they're just not as colorful. Usually just kind of orange, red, and black, and that's it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
As long as it blows up.
He was arrested and will be charged with first-degree burglary, stealing a firearm, explosive, ammunition, nitrate, stealing, Class A misdemeanor, stealing of $750 or more, unlawful possession of firearm, unlawful possession, transport, manufacture of illegal weapons, and a whole list of others as well. He's going to be spending some time in jail. But to have the balls to go into the police station and load up and then just walk out.
Completely unimpeded. No one tried to stop him at the moment.
Yeah, right. Was no one keeping an eye on the video cameras? Like, hey, that doesn't look like Officer Johnson. What's that guy doing there? Yeah. That just ain't right. All right, there you go. A couple of B&Es for you on 99.7 The Blitz.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time. Rock and Rumble. Kelly versus Goose.
On the Blitz.
Yeah, buddy, up for grabs. Sheng Wang tickets. He's going to be at the Davison Theater on September 27th. Very funny comedian who is working on his second special. If you want to go and you want to laugh, your opportunity right now, 800-821-9970. We need 2 cohorts, if you will. Kelly will represent one. I will represent the other in a game of Rock and Rumble. And someone is going to walk away with a pair of tickets. Now, I think we tied it up
6-6 and 1.
Yeah, 6-6 and 1. So,
I mean, we don't need to keep track.
Kind of do. Kind of do. Not going to lie. I got to build up enough of a lead where it's just impossible for you to ever catch up again.
Right.
Let's find our contestants here. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
This is Kevin.
Kevin. All right, Kevin, you called in first. You get the choice. You want to be represented by Kelly or represented by Goose?
No offense, but give me Kelly.
All right.
Oh, I like that pick.
None taken.
Kevin and Kelly, the 2 Ks.
Thank God it's not a 3-person show.
That's exactly right.
We could have gotten Courtney on there. It would have been a real mess. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Karen.
Karen.
Oh, my God. Okay.
All right, Karen. Well, since Kevin picked Kelly, you are with me, Karen. Way too many K's up in here. All right, Karen. Kevin, we're going to put you on hold as Kelly and I go head-to-head, and someone is going to win tickets. Thick, what is today's theme for Rock and Rumble?
Today is just the intros. This is one of my favorite categories on the game, Song Pop. And you will just hear the very beginning of the song. And the first one to give me the full title of the song will get the point.
All right.
Oh, no, I'm nervous.
Now, these are not, none of these are like deep cuts or anything like that. These are all big, massive hit songs, but they do come from different genres.
Okay.
But they're all huge songs.
All straight intros, like if you were just putting the song,
the album
on the CD player, and
Put
just
the needle
going
on the
at it.
record. Put the needle on the record.
Right.
All right, Rock and Rumble.
All right.
Representing Kevin, you've got Kelly. Representing Karen, you've got me, Goose. Here we go, Thick.
Song number 1. Give me the title.
Back in Black.
Nope.
Darn it. Oh, Fell on Black Days.
Yes.
It did sound like Back in Black, though, didn't it?
That's why I used it. I heard that and I go, oh, that's a good one. Somebody will say Back in Black. And she did.
I did.
All right.
Next one. Here we go.
Oh, I don't know the name of this song.
One.
Yeah, just keep it playing.
I know. What is the name of this
Hold on.
song?
Okay.
Blue on Black. No.
Wow. Can we keep going to the chorus?
Nothing.
I don't know it.
You know who the band is?
Journey.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Wait, with Wheels in the Sky.
Yes.
Damn it! Damn
got
it!
it.
The second you
Got
said
it.
it. The second you said it.
Oh, it hit you? All right, come on, Goose. She's
So
up on you 2-0
stupid.
here. Ready?
So stupid.
Come on, get back to focus. You got to focus. Let it go.
All right, here we go.
Let it go. It's like hitting a bad golf shot. You got to let it go.
All right, here we go.
Hey, no
I'm not
coaching.
very good at that. I'm not very good
Oh,
at
you're
that.
not good at that?
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm with you, man. You ever lose a big bass? Same thing.
Yeah, it's not good.
Here we go.
All right,
song 3.
Oh, shoot. Keep it going. Okay.
Learn to fly.
Hang on.
Breakthrough. No. You and me. Lifelong. One chance at a time. What the F is the name of this song? Learn to fly.
No.
My hero.
Yes, my hero.
Why is that so hard?
I wasn't going to get that until later.
God, why is that so hard?
There goes my hero. All right.
Varsity
Now you
Blues.
got a point. 2-1, Kelly. Here we go. Song 4.
Oh, okay. This is Def Leppard.
Kelly knows everybody.
Why don't you pick like the 7th and 8th song?
Yes, Foolin'.
Yes.
What's that?
Pick the 7th and 8th song off the record. Why don't you go with the number 1 hits?
That was a number 1 hit.
Stupid songs.
Foolin'? Are you kidding? It was a huge song.
What's the name of it?
Foolin'. From Pyromania.
Foolin'.
All right. Focus.
No, I'm looking that song up. That was not a number 1 hit. There's no way.
It wasn't my car.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
What the heck?
And this is the number 1 hit.
Fly away. Are you going to go my way?
Yes.
God almighty. Why is this so difficult?
it is hard.
The second you hear it, it's brain freeze.
I know.
I know.
I agree.
What's up with you guys? Come on now. All right, 3-2, Kelly. Here we go.
Oh, Atomic Dog. Atomic Dog.
Dude, how do you not get that first? Oh my gosh. All right.
God almighty.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Trash.
Ding, 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 ding. Hold on.
Time has come.
Hold on. We're going to get it.
I'm terrible at this.
Hold on. We're going to get it. Wait till the chorus.
Time
has come.
You can sing the whole song.
To say farewell. Oh, there's fair.
To pay the rent. To pay our share. Burning
house. House is burning. Now the house. on fire. It's burning. Someone get the marshmallows. It's burning up.
What's burning?
Burning down the house.
That's Talking Heads.
Bum, 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 bum. World's on fire. House on fire. Words.
Oh my God!
Worlds are burning. Beds are burning. Beds are burning. Beds are burning.
Oh my God! I can't take it. What are we doing?
We're giving away the tickets. We're done. This is garbage.
This is crazy.
Ooh, I do believe the 2Ks came through. Kevin and Kelly, winners again.
Yes.
I'm not blaming Karen for my brain fart. She's getting tickets too.
Okay.
That was awful.
Oh, both of them are getting tickets?
Yes. That works.
Kevin and Karen will hook you both up. God, that was a dumpster fire of a game. You're right. 1184. You guys suck. You're right. We do.
I just want to know, this is not my fault. You guys should have had these. These are huge songs.
How did I get beds are burning?
Midnight Oil.
Unbelievable. All right, Kevin, Karen, hang on. We're going to hook you both up with tickets for Sheng Wang, okay?
All right, thank you.
Sorry you had to sit through that.
Kevin,
That had to be difficult to listen to. God, it's 99.7 The Blitz.
I feel like you're kind of being a sore loser a little bit.
I'm not!
No?
No!
You're in the middle of the contest. You start looking up a song.
Because that was not a number one hit.
I guarantee it was. I guarantee Foolin' was a number one hit.
It's right here. No, Foolin'.
Thing got played to death.
Billboard. There's no way. Foolin'. Let's see.
It reached number 9 on the mainstream rock chart. It's number 9, man. They played the song every 40 minutes on rock radio.
On the rock list. It didn't even make the Billboard 100 list.
Yeah, it did. Number 28.
That. Oh, 28.
You still know it was being played every 45 minutes on the radio in the day. I'm sorry you missed it. It was really fun time in life.
All right, let me start off by saying I can't even fathom being a parent. And I say that as a step-parent, but, I came into their life when they were already, basically teenagers or, 11 and 14, now 13 and 16, two of the most well-behaved young men I've ever seen in my entire life.
I feel like the groundwork was done.
Done. I mean, what Nora has done is mind-blowing to me. But, again, being a parent, having kids, trying just to make it through life. Sometimes you take shortcuts. You can read every book you want. Doesn't mean it's going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. And so, however you can get through being a parent, get through being a parent. And I'll also be the first to admit that the boys eat too much takeout. We order too much food. Even though I love to cook, there are still times. And a lot of that began, Nora will be the first to admit, a lot of that began when she got divorced and was single and was raising 2 kids, working full-time, too tired to cook. I'm getting drive-through. It happens. However, have the boys now gotten a little too much worried about takeout or thinking about takeout, asking for takeout? Yeah, it happens. It does.
Like they're good on the apps now, right? The Uber Eats or whatever.
Yes.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Orders on the way.
Right. It's so easy.
Yeah.
But I saw this TikTok video, and this is what made me think of it, because this mother is both being praised and catching some flack for something she does with her kids. Now, her kids are much younger. You'll hear her kids in the background, and you can tell they're barely speaking sentences. They're definitely toddlers or young kids. But listen to the video that she posted on TikTok.
We ordered in food. This is an Italian place.
New food!
Yeah, we got tortellini minestrone.
Tortellini minestrone.
I also ordered chicken cacciatore with some rice. Guys, does this look so good?
I like this.
Who wants soup and who wants chicken?
All excited for the takeout food. Here's the thing. the mom cooked all that food and actually has to-go containers that she bought.
That's genius.
And she put it in the to-go containers, put it in the brown to-go bag, which you hear in the beginning, and she's taking it out of the to-go bag, saying, look what we got from the restaurant.
How can you criticize that? What is the criticism? That is such a genius move. Do that every day.
Maybe just getting the kids used to takeout instead of eating what's cooked for you.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm with you.
I get it. I mean, I guess I get that it is tricking your kids, but I don't know. I kind of love it. Why do I love that?
And that's the question. How did you trick your kids? Or how were you tricked growing up? 800-821-9970 or 99700. How did you trick your kids to make life just a little bit easier on yourself? Or to get your kids to do what they were being difficult about? I find it funny we got 2 text messages saying, I used to tell my kids that when the ice cream truck played music, they were out of ice cream and on their way back to
That is unreal.
That's funny.
I have heard that before. Ariel texted and said, we tell our kids if they cross the line while they're bowling, they'll get shocked, and that way they don't cross the line.
Oh.
Tricking them with actual physical harm.
Wow.
You know, I guess it happens. 800-821-9970 or 99700. Think, I want you to think about if you ever had to trick your kids. Kelly, were you ever tricked as a kid? Think about it, and we'll come back.
Was I ever tricked?
Or were you ever tricked?
Or did you
Absolutely.
trick
Well, if
your
you keep
kids?
doing that, you'll go blind.
Well, there's always that one for sure. Yeah, that's the go-to. You're very blurry, Vic. What?
No, Thick wears 3.0 readers.
That's true.
This guy is blind.
That's true.
Now we know why.
800-821-9970.
Too much screen time.
99700. It's 997 The Blitz. Talking about this mom who's a little famous on TikTok right now for her, I guess, parenting hack, if you will, because she'll cook, but then she'll put everything in to-go containers and then take it out as if they ordered from a restaurant, so the kids get all excited and eat takeout, even though she made all the meals at home. Little trickery there, which reminds me of the time when I first started really spending time with the boys, obviously hanging out with Nora, but when I started going over their house and her being a busy single parent, there was a lot of like air fryer food, chicken nuggets, and simple things. And so I love to cook. So when I started making kind of more elaborate meals, if you will, at the time, the now 13-year-old, who was like 10 and a half, 11, we told him that salmon was pink chicken. and he loved it.
Oh.
We're like, we're having pink chicken tonight.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I hope he learns in adulthood that you shouldn't eat pink chicken, because that results in salmonella. But, yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Jeff, good morning. How's it going, man?
Good.
Good. How did you trick your kids?
I don't have kids, but my mom's trick really wasn't a trick. She gave us this look and said, if you don't eat what's on your plate, you don't eat.
That's it? You just go hungry? Yeah. That does. That is not necessarily a parenting hack. That is just what a lot of parents did, for sure. Absolutely. Thanks for the call, man. Blitz, good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
No,
Robert.
who's this?
Robert,
how did you trick your kids, or how did your parents trick you?
My kid, I tricked with video games. He'd always want to play, so I'd either give him a controller that wasn't plugged in or give him one that was dead. Whoa! Right with me.
So he could play with you, but not mess up your game.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
He's playing.
Yeah,
I did the same thing.
Totally playing. Absolutely. Yep.
That's great.
Sometimes you got your streak going, or you're deep
man.
in it. You don't want them to mess it up.
No.
I get it. Thanks for the call. Oh, man, we got some text rolling
so
in.
many great ones.
6975 said, I used to tell my daughter the toy section of Walmart's under construction, so we couldn't go back there.
Oh.
That's a good one. What are you over there, Kelly?
Let's see. This person texted, my grandpa got me to try Vienna sausages by telling me that they would make my nightmares go away. But I actually believed that they made my nightmares go away, so I kept eating them.
Hey,
it worked.
It works.
Drew says, my mom used to tell me that if I didn't shut the toilet seat, that a snake could come up through the pipes and escape into our house and bite me.
Okay.
But that can happen. actually.
Well, yes.
Not usually in the
not
much in America, but it does
here,
it has happened before.
Okay, Fish says his mom used to buy generic cereal, but just put them in the name brand boxes.
Yes.
Oh, my
God. That's a good
You
hack.
buy the name brand boxes once.
Yes.
And then you buy the generic stuff and just refill. Although there is a definite taste difference. But as a kid, you don't care.
Yeah.
Trash Man Dave. We used to tell my stepdaughter that Ben & Jerry's contains alcohol and kids can't eat it. Kids have to eat the Kroger brand ice cream. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Whoa, man. That's a good one. Chad said, when I was a kid, my mom convinced me that if I told a lie, could see it on your tongue. So if she knew I was lying, she would make me stick my tongue out. And I would confess immediately.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep.
That's kind of like the chemical in the pool that if you pee, it turns it a different color in the swimming pool.
Oh, the blue.
Yeah,
That's
blue.
like the intimidation.
Yeah, absolutely. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. If you've got one, we'd love to hear from you.
I was raised by a Vietnam vet. My mom and my dad, well, my mom wasn't a Vietnam vet, my dad was, so it was basically my way or the highway.
You're right.
This was
no
like the early
trickery.
colors. No trickery.
Yeah.
They did not care. You did what they said, or it was basically parenting with love, but a lot of fear and intimidation.
100%. Can totally see that. We'd love to hear yours if you've got one. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Ohio lawmakers continue their talks on changes to the state's recreational marijuana policies. 2 separate bills that are in committee hearings in the Ohio House would add some stricter guidelines to the adult use cannabis industry approved by the state's voters. Both of those measures would decrease the legal amount of THC extract in products like sweets and gummies from 90% down to 70%. There are some differences, as one of the bills includes a limit of 6 marijuana plants for homes with at least 2 adults, where the other keeps the current limit at 12 plants. So they're doing a huge solid for those growers up in Michigan. We talked yesterday about how it is so much cheaper to get your legal recreational weed in Michigan.
Yeah.
So much cheaper. Like by $4 a gram cheaper.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for flour, yeah.
For flour. Right now, and I just am repeating this from yesterday's story, but Ohio, we limit the number of grower licenses to right now we have 37 operational cultivators. 37.
I'm pretty sure I can drive to 37 different dispensaries from my house in a few minutes.
Right.
Up in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michigan has the number of grower licenses that are operational right now active. We have 37. They have 1,796.
Gee, that's a lot.
So we're just driving business up to Michigan. An unprecedented blackout brought much of Spain and Portugal to a standstill yesterday, stranding 35,000 train passengers. They had to be rescued, by the way, and leaving millions of people without phone and internet coverage and access to cash from ATMs. They are still investigating what caused the sudden crash of the power grid. Spain's prime minister had to address the nation yesterday, and it had been 11 hours of darkness, and it was continuing. The entire nation ground to a halt. Government experts still trying to figure out what exactly happened. Portugal said it did not happen in their country. They know that for sure.
Yeah, because there were like 4 or 5 countries that were actually somewhat affected by this. Portugal and Spain, obviously, 2 of the biggest, but this was widespread.
Yeah, they had to get power from like Germany and France. They had to like borrow power.
At what point, obviously, things are, in the world right now, things are a little more tense than normal all over the place. We all know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so if the power goes out and you're like, oh, power outage. Okay, bummer. And like hour 1, 2, 3 pass, you get to like hour 11, no ATM access, no internet. At what point are you like, excuse me, what's going on here?
You guys can come over because we have a generator, so we'll be
great, thank you.
all right for a while.
Okay.
Just till the gas runs out.
Till the gas runs out. But we'll be in better shape than you.
That's true.
So come over. I want you to enjoy some phone charging. I want you to enjoy something cold from the fridge.
Appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
There was a show several years ago. It was about 4 seasons, and all the power went out, worldwide.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep, and they had to get to the main grid or something.
Yeah.
I do remember that show.
What was it?
I can't remember the name of it.
Cedar Point opens for the season on Saturday, but the park's new roller coaster, Siren's Curse, won't be in operation yet. Siren's Curse is billed as North America's tallest, fastest, and longest tilt roller coaster, and it will not open until early this summer. So if that's what you're hoping for, you definitely don't want to go on the season opening day on Saturday. But there will be no wait for the return of Top Thrill 2. Now, last year, they reworked the Top Thrill dragster right after that terrible accident that happened. They finally opened it last season. It was open for 1 week and then shut down for the rest of the season. They say they fixed all the problems. You can have fun riding it starting Saturday. So there's one thing that you can do if you didn't get a chance to ride it last year and you are a big roller coaster lover.
Revolution, by the way, is the TV show.
Revolution, yes.
Revolution.
That was it.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was.
It did drag on a little bit, but it was good.
It got into all the nanotech crap started to happen.
Yeah, the nanotech stuff, yes. Exactly.
I'm sorry, too. I was kind of bragging about my generator. That was a big brag.
No,
it sounded very arrogant.
Oh, I don't want to hear another word about my chandelier.
Okay, you're uninvited to my.
That's going to be the reason. That's going to be the reason for the power outage. He's going to flip on that big ass chandelier, and everything's just going to go. It's all going to shut down. Yeah. Damn it, Thick! Turn off your chandelier.
Those are your three things.
All right, so a little bit ago we were talking about a mother who tricks her kids into eating dinner because she makes homemade meals but puts them in carry-out boxes, and then the kids get excited that they're having carry-out, so they're all excited to eat. And so we talked a little bit about tricking your kids. Thick found an article about women sharing their most, and this is the title of the article, Unhinged Marriage Hack. So I want to share some with you, Kelly.
All right.
And see if you would ever do these, if you think these are mean, diabolical, or maybe great ideas. Like this one said, I tell him made-up stories about things my, quote, friend's husband did, and finish with, I'm so glad you don't do that. But they're actually all things that he does do, so then he self-corrects himself.
Oh, jeez.
And doesn't do those things anymore.
Thanks, therapist.
I don't know. I feel like a therapist would say don't do that. Just have a direct conversation.
Just have a direct conversation.
Yeah, but I guess maybe that's, if you're afraid of confrontation or something, maybe that's sort of a way to confront a situation without really confronting it. I wouldn't do it that way, but I guess that what harm?
Are you harming someone? Not really.
I mean, you're lying.
Is that a lack of conversation? Possibly. What's it called when you're oh my God! When you're indirect but direct? What is that called?
Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive. Yes, a little passive aggressive.
I think it is because you are lying and you are trying to get him to do. You're manipulating in a way that's not direct. You're not being honest. So I don't like it, but I understand. Maybe there's a fear of confrontation or something.
Well, yeah, you could always look at him and say, "Stop effing doing that."
Yeah. I wore the same perfume every time we would go to the mall. So now, anytime I put it on, he asks if I want to go shopping.
Okay, now we're trying to
That's exactly it.
Trying to rewire a brain now.
It's unbelievable. When he asks me to find something he can't find, but it's in plain sight, he just didn't look hard enough, I charge him a book. I now have 4 shelves of books.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
I can see. I know. Nora's gotten crazy. It's right there. I know women do deal with that a lot for sure.
Oh, yeah, where's my keys? They're in your hand.
Right. I will just out loud boo him when he's not being nice, helpful, or acting right. Boo! That's pretty funny.
I like that one.
That is funny. I make his lunches and dinners for him. Sometimes if I'm mad, I'll purposely make it a little off and tell him I made it with anger instead of love. Somehow it works.
Okay, no.
That's sad.
A little extra cayenne in there.
No.
With anger. Let's see this one. When we are planning to make a big purchase, I first show him the most expensive thing and let him marinate on it. Then I'll come back and show him the one I really want, which is cheaper.
Ooh.
And it works every time.
It does feel like a lot of manipulation.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Like, is this guy really tough to deal with? So you have to manipulate him?
Well, again, I think that after so many years, not every marriage most marriages are not perfect. Yeah. And so you're trying to get through it. And so sometimes you think of little things to
Little
help
things
get
to
through
help
it.
you get what you want.
I love this. Rather than get mad at the other for not doing that thing you expected from them, for example, like just doing the dishes, instead of like nagging, we just placed a stuffed animal by that thing so we know it's the elephant in the room.
Oh, that's funny.
Now that's funny. It brings attention to what the issue is.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is one you could try. We wear party hats during arguments. How can you possibly argue badly with party hats on?
You know,
Funny.
some people will do it. They take all their clothes off.
Yeah, they argue naked.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely heard of that. I like to say, you know what I love about you, and list what I want him to be like. And he believes that he has those qualities, or at least he starts to build on them. So he's doing the things that I love.
How about if we just break up?
No, because maybe there's a seed of it in there. There's a seed of something great in there, and you're just trying to water that seed a little bit.
Oh, my God. I'm not a plant.
I'm just saying, I think some people don't hear direct conversations. They may feel confronted. So if you can be encouraging
Instead of
confrontational, maybe that does help something sort of bloom.
You don't think Heather does anything to, quote-unquote, manipulate you?
No. She'll just tell me.
Yeah, you know why? Because he does not take indirect. Like you have to be direct with Vic because he doesn't understand nuance. And I don't say that as a criticism. That is just the truth.
More straightforward.
He is a black and white person. He is a truth teller. He does not understand. Like, am I right, Vic?
Yes.
You kind of not.
Yes.
You don't read a room if it's
Literal.
not said. You're
Mr.
very
Literal.
literal. If things are unsaid and most people are like, ooh, it feels pretty like cold in this room, like people are unhappy, and Thick's like, what are you talking about?
Heather's like,
everything's fine.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Thick's
So
like,
she's probably,
no.
she's probably learned to be very direct. I think that's a good way of communicating, though.
Absolutely.
Just
To
direct-
me, it's the best way.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Be honest, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, though. You're trying to tiptoe.
Sometimes you need tough love. I have needed it at times in the past, believe me.
So feel free to try those hacks if you wish. Or be manipulative. 99% of the Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, from the files of why can't this happen to me? In Chicago last night, a Brinks Home Security Company truck was rolling through the suburbs when somehow, no one knows how, the back doors opened up, creating 3 bags to fall out and explode on the street. Over $300,000 just blown about as people ran out and gathered up the cash and then took off. So far,
immediately they're like, oh, all those bills are marked. You better turn those in. I'm like, we'll see.
As of right now,
we'll see.
They say about 100 people ransacked the streets, taking over $300,000. So far, no arrests have been made. Yes, I do have the one little guy sitting on my shoulder. That money's not yours. It belongs to small business owners. You should take all that money back. And then on the other side, boy, I could really use that money trying to buy a house right now. That would be pretty great, not going to lie. That's a down payment just waiting to happen.
I'm a solid believer that you pay for your actions. I don't think I could keep it.
You don't think you?
No, I'd be waiting the rest of my life to pay for that, to pay for stealing
just
that money.
Constantly looking over your
yes,
shoulder.
I definitely would be.
Cameras everywhere.
There are
too
cameras
worried.
everywhere.
And I cannot survive prison. I couldn't survive prison. I know it. Even jail. They say jail is even worse than prison anyway. I can't stay one night. I can't survive it. The claustrophobia, the smells, the no showering. Yeah. I don't think I'm not built for
Vic, are you
jail
running
life.
down the street and grabbing the money?
I don't think so.
Come on.
I don't know, man. I'm worried about getting caught.
Yeah, but you didn't steal the money.
Yeah, you are. And I know that. And you know that. It is illegal.
No, you're trying to make the case that you're helping clean up the streets.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you can pretend that in your mind, but
it's
it's
found.
illegal. If you find a wallet, you're legally required to turn it in.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
If you find a wallet with cash and you take that cash and just go home, yeah, you have committed a crime.
Okay. I'm not saying that I would keep the money.
And I'm not saying I wouldn't.
I mean, I'll come visit you guys in jail, I guess.
All right.
But I can't be behind the bars.
I don't want to go to jail. I can't fish in jail, man. I can't be in jail.
It's true. And I've said it before, with these soft, supple hands and these big lips, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be
And they like a bald head.
I'm going to be in so
Oh,
much
you'll find
trouble.
a Snickers bar on your cot every night.
Oh, that's not a Snickers bar, Kelly. That's something completely different.
Oh, my God.
Wake up. Be like, oh, is that a Snickers bar? Nope, that's not a Snickers bar. The Washington Nationals. You know, baseball teams are always trying to come up with creative promotions. You go to a Columbus Clippers game, they've got theme nights and all kinds of fun stuff going on. Washington Nationals doing the same thing, but someone in their marketing department needs to have a little talking to, because they had themselves a pup in the park theme night last night. You can bring your dogs to the ballpark. This has been done before. Great idea. Four-legged friends, all kinds of activities. That's great. However, they also planned fireworks night on the same night that they planned pups in the park.
All right. That is...
They put up a sign on the Jumbotron stating, if you or your four-legged friend are not fans of loud noises, we advise you to exit Nationals Park immediately following the game's conclusion. However, they only gave 20 minutes before they started lighting off the fireworks. So, of course, one, not everyone was out of the park yet. Two, if you are out of the park, you're a block away.
Right.
One dog was actually seen getting freaked out and getting out of their harness and almost getting hit by a car after they jerked and ran away.
Man,
Just
that's a really bad idea.
Terrible planning on their part. You got to keep those two nights completely separate.
Yeah, why would do them on different nights?
You'd think it would be like just obvious.
Or you got to give them an hour.
Right. But who's hanging out in the park in an hour waiting for the fireworks to start?
Right, yeah.
Just put them on separate nights completely.
Bad plan.
Plan better. Do better. That's your not-so-breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, I think we can all agree that there are people who have gotten famous that we all know, and you sit here and you're like, why are they famous? Why did this turn them into either internet sensations or podcast sensations or whatever the case may be?
Right.
Can you think of someone who's famous for a dumb reason, Kelly?
I mean, the one that comes to mind lately is the Hawktua girl. That was so annoying after like 5 minutes.
That was basically the second most mentioned person.
Really?
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing.
Oh, but the best one.
You gotta give him that
Yeah, she's basically the textbook example. Has gone on to, go on stage with multiple country artists, started a podcast.
Didn't she have like some kind of Bitcoin, some kind of cryptocurrency or something?
Yes.
She doesn't like to talk about that.
Yeah.
The ones that drive me nuts, and I don't even know, fame is a loose term, but the Island Boys.
I'm an island boy. Trying to make.
Oh, the audacity and the confidence that these kids walk around with, thinking they're so cool.
I saw one of them's training for a fight now.
Well, there was one. There was one that's already been in a fight and got his ass kicked. Oh, he just got
like in a ring.
Like yeah,
okay,
yeah, he got beat down for sure. They're just annoying little punks for sure. You go a little bit older, Honey Boo Boo.
Yes, Honey Boo Boo.
You better recognize.
Like what was the story? I don't even know.
She owed herself.
Like, I don't even understand why. Because they got a reality TV show.
I think
because everybody looks at a car crash.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
The other one that really drives me nuts. Now a multi-millionaire off of album sales and OnlyFans. Bad Bud Baby.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah.
One appearance on Dr. Phil.
Yep.
Acting like a annoying little teenager. And now you're a multi-millionaire.
Was it something like making $1 million her first day on OnlyFans?
Something like that.
She told Dr. Phil she made him famous.
She kind of did.
She made him more famous.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Also on the list, this is kind of funny, Kim Kardashian, either for her father being one of O.J. Simpson's lawyers or the leaked video with Ray J.
Ray
I'm a real person inside, not just a big butt.
Also on the list, the rest of the Kardashians who are famous for associating with Kim.
Nude selfies till I die.
And then also on the list, the Jenners who are famous for association with the Kardashians. If you were to really look at that breakdown from the release of the video with Ray J and what Kim Kardashian became and what the Kardashians became, I bet there's an entire spiderweb / family tree of spin-offs and people who have become famous off of that.
For sure.
Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. Can you think of anything? Have you done anything stupid, Kelly, that made you famous?
Oh, I don't think so. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I have, and I just blocked it out because of the trauma.
Vic, are you famous for anything stupid?
Yeah, I asked a girl if she was pregnant, and nobody will ever let me live it down.
Oh, well, she wasn't pregnant. That's why we won't let you live it down.
I know.
I'm sorry, Shauna.
I know that for many years at the lake house we go into in the summer, my best friend's lake house, and the surrounding houses and the surrounding lakes over the many years I've been going. For a while, I was the naked guy.
Oh, okay. You're naked guy.
Because I had no problem.
Are you day one naked guy, or do you have to have a few days of drinking under your belt?
No, I used to be day one naked guy.
Okay.
For sure. We were skinny dipping or jumping off the boat or go down the water slide naked.
Yeah.
No problem.
Like everybody's seen your thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
There was no problem with that whatsoever.
I am known just among a very small group of being somebody who cannot manage a ski lift. I have been flipped, turned, battered, every which way. That is something I am known for, but I'm not really famous for it.
800-821-9970 or 99700. Are you famous for a stupid reason, whether it's in your friends group or locally? Maybe nationally. Did you do something years ago that got you some national attention for something stupid you did? 800-821-9970 or 99700. It's 997 The Blitz. There's a list of people sharing their opinions of people who got famous for doing stupid things and wanted to know if you were famous for doing something stupid, whether it be locally with your friends or whatever the case may be. Some others that are on the list here. Do you remember this? Being famous for having 8 kids.
Octomom. Yeah.
Yep. Even older than that. Being famous for having your kneecaps smashed before an ice skating competition.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know, that should be on the list because she was already like a world champion and famous before that ever happened.
Yeah, but this turned her into like kind of trashy fame. Like everybody started portraying her as this like most trashy girl. Do you remember that, Tanya Harding?
Well, Tanya Harding,
yeah. I knew who Nancy Kerrigan was. I didn't know who Tanya Harding was till this happened.
You know, what it doesn't get enough attention? I, Tanya, the movie.
Yeah, that
really good movie.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think it's Amy Adams who plays Tanya Harding, and then what's her name? Jennings. Who's the
Allison Janney?
Allison Janney. Yeah. She plays the mom. Really good movie. There's this one, scalding your crotchy area from McDonald's coffee.
Oh, yeah. That'll make you $1 million famous.
Mm-hmm. And then number one on the list, actually. And funny enough, I actually lived and worked in Colorado Springs when this whole story took place. We followed this on the radio forever. Your mouth is agape, Kelly.
I feel like I know what you're going to say. Say it. And
what is it?
Is it Balloon Boy?
Balloon Boy.
Yes.
Balloon Boy?
That was wild.
2009. When a couple claimed that their 6-year-old son Falcon was trapped inside of a homemade balloon that was 7,000 feet in the air. The news and helicopters were following the balloon as it floated through the air. Of course, all worried about this 6-year-old boy. And as it turned out, the boy was actually at home in the attic, and it was kind of set up by the father for a little bit of notoriety.
Yeah, because once the balloon landed and the kid wasn't inside, then somebody was like, we saw something fall out midair. And so then they launched another search to find the kid's body. And the whole thing was just a prank by the dad.
absolutely insane for sure.
Awful.
Let's see. We got some people texting in. Aubrey said, I'm famous for asking what Hitler's last name was.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, they really do only refer to him by that name, so I guess I can understand.
You're like, wait a minute. What is it? Yeah, you should definitely not be famous for that.
Oh, this person said flushing 8 pool balls down the toilet on New Year's. Got 3 million views on TikTok for that one.
Okay.
By the way, Aubrey also said Honey Boo Boo was a pageant girl when she got the show.
Yeah, and that's why, and then just how crazy her family was and Mama June and everything else. Yeah. But again, why?
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need to be a reality TV show. We have got to be reaching the breaking point of reality TV.
Yeah, you think.
I mean, more of these contests coming out where it's like, oh, look, we did Deal or No Deal for so many seasons in so many countries. Now let's do it on an island. Like, really? Really?
There are no new ideas.
No, there really are no new ideas. We got to stop. If you've got one, 800-821-9970 or 99700. It's 997 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
All right, it is possible we may see some strong storms this afternoon. It's looking like around between like 3 and 9, somewhere in there, 3 and 6 for Columbus. And I mean, we've got an elevated risk of high wind.
It's an alert day.
Yeah, that's what they say. We might get some whatchamajinger, hail.
I hate the whatchamajinger and the damage it does.
Stuff like that. So anyway, just FYI, that's supposed to come through at some point this afternoon, maybe around 3 p.m.
Yeah, we are definitely getting some winds, heavy winds today.
Yeah. Yes.
20s with gusts up to 40.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy wind.
Sufficient.
During a speedboat race over the weekend on Lake Havasu in Arizona, one of the boats went airborne toward the end of the race, did a complete backward flip, twisted around, and landed on the lake upside down. Still managed to cross the finish line and win the race. 2 racers inside the boat's covered cabin survived the event. Like the commentators were like, I don't know if this is survivable.
I couldn't believe it.
Yes, they both survived. They were wearing harnesses and helmets. They walked away with a broken collarbone, broken ribs. One had a fractured knee. The boat registered a top speed of 200.1 miles per hour, which was enough for the win. These guys still won the race.
That's crazy.
When that thing went up, it literally looked like a jet taking off into the air.
It launched.
The nose went up and up it went, man.
Going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Planes take off at less speed than that. So you get a little wind underneath that thing.
And that's what happened.
There's video floating around from both inside the boat
inside
and
the cabin.
outside the boat.
Oh, inside.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, there's something inside. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, I'm not completely shocked that they survived. I mean, they're strapped in, and these things are built like, race cars that hit the wall at 180 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So, of course, it can result in catastrophe, but you can still walk away from some of these things, too.
Yeah.
And it's safety.
Yep. A former Disney employee who hacked into the company's servers to alter its restaurant menus, including falsifying allergen information and putting profane language on the menus, is going to prison for 3 years.
What?
Yes. This guy, Michael Schuer, lives in Florida. He was sentenced in federal court in order to pay nearly $690,000 in restitution, with most of that money going to Disney. Now, here's what happened. He worked as a menu production manager for Disney, and he was fired last June for misconduct. Well, they forgot to take away his access to secure internal servers, so he was able to get in there multiple times and make changes to the menu. And that included, omitting that there was peanuts in something. I mean, some dangerous things.
Yeah, okay, that's bad.
Those menus never went to print, but had they, it could have been bad. The thing is, he kept going in and altering, like he'd put bad language on all the menus, and then he'd go back in and do something different. Well, the last time he did something, which is how Disney figured it out, is because he changed all the menu text to wingdings. So, then I guess Disney, the upper echelon of the menu producers, got a notification that these menus, the computers were having a hard time with them because of the wingdings, and they figured out this guy was getting in there and messing around. So 3 years in prison.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
that's wild.
Cyber crimes is one thing, and then if you're tried or convicted on each separate account, 20 counts of cybercrime, because every time you can get charged for every time you log in, that's one thing. But changing allergens where it might actually physically harm someone, that's a little bit different for sure.
Wild. All right, those are your 3 things.
Can you imagine looking at the probability of something and the probability is 0.00001% chance of something happening, and then it actually happens?
Is that a 10,000th of a percent?
5, 6, 100,000 of a percent. Yeah. And it actually came true. A husband and wife in Humboldt County, North California, were recently... Well, let me give you some numbers here. There's about 136,000 people in the county, and about 106,000 of them are adults, which means 106,000 of them can get a jury summons, which is what happened to this husband and wife. And not only that, they were both selected for the same jury.
No way.
0.00001% chance. And, yes, they were actually selected. David and Tori Wilmington are going to serve on the jury for this drunken driving case. And they're both being really cool about it. In fact, Tori's actually excited because she's never been served for a jury summons before.
Will they let them? They'll go ahead and let them be on the same jury?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it does defy the odds. But Tori said serving our community together is not something new for us. This is just a different way for us to serve our community together. And David said, being with her means I don't always snap so quickly to stand my ground. You got to hear all the disagreements. So actually having her here is going to help me hear all sides of the argument. So, there you go. I mean, depending on how long the case lasts, are they going to save taxpayer money and put them, are they sequestered? Are they going to put them in the same hotel room? Or do you have to keep everyone separate? Are they going to be given extra explicit instructions to not talk about the case because you're not supposed to talk about the case outside of the jury room?
Right.
I don't know. But, man, those are some small odds. I would love for those odds to work in my favor next time I buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I would want. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's learn you some stuff on a Tuesday morning, make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Did you know the bankrupt TGI Fridays only has 85 restaurants left in the United States? There were around 600 locations when it peaked in 2008. Yeah. I didn't even realize there were still 85 of them.
I don't know if there are any around here because I got a gift card.
Do you really?
Yeah, I've had it for about 15 years.
I would be, as much as I enjoy going and enjoying a Sunday fun day with the triple trio at Chili's or maybe the 2 for $20 at Applebee's, I'd be a little leery about going to a TGI Fridays. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to go in one.
I like Chili's too.
Yeah.
They got good ribs.
They do. There's nothing wrong with Chili's whatsoever. More than half of the mushrooms in the U.S. come from one county in Pennsylvania.
For real?
Yeah.
That is random.
That must be like the entire economy is the mushroom economy in that county in Pennsylvania.
And are they fun mushrooms or the kind you just eat on a salad?
I'm going to think they're the kind you eat on a salad. Yeah. The U.S. only drinks the 24th most coffee per capita in the entire world. Really? 24th? I mean, I've got my usually 2 cups a day in the morning for the morning show. Maybe I think this is my 3rd, actually.
Yeah.
People in Finland drink 3 times more coffee than we do.
I believe that.
That's so much coffee. That's coffee all day. Nonstop.
Well, there are people here that do that. I know there are.
Yeah, that's a lot. The place where people disappear the most in the U.S. is an area called the Alaska Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly wilderness. Since 1988, more than 16,000 people have disappeared there.
Oh, that many?
That's a lot.
They're just like freezing to death? Or?
I guess, and you're just buried under snow or something? You figure there would be a thaw at some point. But no, disappeared. Gone. Adios, muchachos.
Okay, well, I have a solution. Don't go there.
That would be the right solution.
I'm not ever going there.
Yep. And finally, Ed O'Neill. Oh, I love Ed O'Neill.
Oh, I do too.
I have to go back and watch Married with Children.
He threw 5 touchdowns in one game.
He did.
For Polk High. I have
right.
his jersey.
I have to go back and watch that series. I see clips and I'm like, this was such a funny show.
Oh, it is fantastic.
It set up so many shows. Sure, it was kind of the next step forward from All in the Family and Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
But then you look at that and you get into all of the, Roseanne was almost a direct ripoff of Married. Just the broke, low income, dysfunctional family type stuff. But man, and then of course Modern Family, great show. Well, after college, Ed O'Neill was actually signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because
However,
he threw 5 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. But he was cut during training camp, and, well, we all got lucky for it. So,
what's her name that was the daughter?
Christine Applegate.
Christine Applegate, yeah. It was, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead was on the other day.
Oh, man, I had a crush on her when she was on Married with Children.
Oh, who didn't?
Oh, that poofed out 80s hair.
Yeah.
Some tight black shirts. Ooh, man.
But, I actually have a Polk High with Bundy on the back jersey.
100%. There you go. Learning some stuff on a Tuesday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.